try. Just I can hear like one or two words.
You write, all of you write one word, try. Write the word, try. Write the word, try. You can use this statement. Don't want? You write it. Wrote?
Yeah.
Cut this. Yeah. Don't ever use the word try. Why?
Because it's half-hearted commitment?
Louder. I want loud.
Because it's half-hearted commitment?
It's half-hearted commitment. Good. If I ask someone who want to come to this house, come up. He has to come to first floor, right? He says I will try to come. What does it mean?
I might come, I might not come.
One possibility. Second one?
If it's convenient, I'll come.
Third?
He doesn't really want to come, but he's just saying that.
Assume he is a handicap. What he will say?
Not coming.
I'll try to come. Because it's very hard for him to come, right? So whichever is hard, it is not possible, which is not that simple, is called a, when you attempt that, that is called a try. So don't try. What you should do? Do it. Okay. Yeah. Now you explain the syllabus. Louder. Who will do that? You have a chart now? Did you tell her what I told? Why? You knew yesterday that today she is going to come, right? So what you should have done? Whatever I tell you, you should tell her also. Now tell the same thing to the other person who is coming. Okay? Yeah, good.
So,
Where is yours?
I'm here.
Hold.
We made a
Good.
list of all the chapters and how much we know and
Yeah,
how many
you-
days we think it'll take to know.
Tell me all the chapters, no? I have not seen syllabus. I have not seen the book. I don't know what is in the content.
Chapter 1 is the introduction to the SAT. Chapter
Introduction to
2, the SAT.
what is SAT? Why the SAT? Why not SAT?
Because the SAT is supposed to be like a test and it's a noun. So the SAT referencing to the test you're supposed to take.
Correct? You agree with her? When do you use the?
When it's a noun, a singular noun.
Get me a pen.
When you're referencing one, the is referencing
Get me the pen.
the pen.
The pen is very specific.
The pen
The
is
pen.
specific.
A pen means you can give me any pen.
Yeah.
Correct? So you are not writing any SAT.
You're writing the SAT.
Very specific.
Not that there is any other SAT.
There is no other SAT. Only
Well,
one
there
SAT.
might be other acronyms, but the SAT references to the test.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So what is SAT?
A specific test.
For what?
For determining how college ready you are. I think.
So which college you want to go?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. You are trying to catch a bus without knowing where the bus is going. Okay, you?
I don't know either.
You?
Berkeley.
Why Berkeley? Which is the best in the world?
Harvard. Or
Why you don't want Harvard?
because I feel like I should set a goal that I, like, so far I know I can achieve.
So change that mode. What you should aim?
Harvard.
The best. If Harvard is the best, then I don't know whether Harvard is just about. Huh?
Well, Stanford isn't
No, you will start
Ivy League.
contesting. Starward.
Stanford is Ivy League.
No, there's only 7.
Stanford's Ivy League.
If you search it up, there's
MIT
only 7
has graduation?
MIT is Ivy League too. MIT is Ivy League.
Why? Why you don't want MIT?
I'm not that much into technology. I
Who's-
think the
MIT is good for technology, but nothing else.
it's called Michigan Institute of Technology, which is a specialty.
But that doesn't
So-
matter. In India, we have IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. But the best humanities subjects are given in IIT now. Humanities is management science, social science, geography. Everything is taught in it. Because every education has got technology today. We have medical science, right? Biotechnology.
Yeah,
Is it medical or technology?
both. Well,
More of technology.
maybe. Yeah.
Every doctor, earlier doctors used to be biology experts, but today doctors have to be physics experts. Without radiation, nothing works, right? All the radiation equipments are. And if you want to be a real great technologist or biologist, you must be a social science man. Because ultimately you should own a big hospital, right? That's business.
So everything interconnects and
Yeah?
yeah.
Correct or not?
Yeah.
So which subject? Nothing like that. Every subject is good. Every subject at the end goes to business. Even if you're a great academician, the end, what is your aim? To own a university. Correct. If you're a good doctor, what's your aim? Own a hospital. So again business. So it's social science. You must know where to start. Geography. So which university, which course?
I think the couple ones I've looked into are NYU and Northwestern's acting and medical, just because both of them seem to have like preferably good ones for both. So,
But how many years from today for your graduation admission?
4.
4 years. Don't you think the world will change?
For me, it might, but other people not so much. For me, it might, but
After 4 years, you have to go for a picnic in so and so place. Will you decide now or after 4 years?
after 4 years,
Because there may be a better place coming up, right?
yeah,
Correct or not?
yeah.
Will you prepare for a match which is going to come after 4 years? What you will do?
I'll prepare for the
You will prepare for any match. Correct or not?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I will
Prepare for any match. So this preparation should not be for one course, one university, the best university in the world, any course. Do you know Anusha? In US, 37 universities admission with the fellowship she got. 37. Every university she kept on applying. In India, almost all exams she will write. Everywhere she will get admission. I never left her free. And GATE is one of the exam for going to IIT, the best institute in India, for masters. I asked her to apply. But she was never planning to do masters in India. They had to pay money, registration, everything was done. But then I told her next day, every day she used to come to me. Next day I said, no, you don't have to write, forget about it. We will do some other preparation. Then we started learning social science. That is totally a technical subject. I asked her not to look at it. The previous day of the exam, I asked her, get the hall ticket, go and write exam. Because I want to see without preparation how she is going to perform. That also she did. Got it? So don't study for a exam. Don't study for the exam. The SAT is what is told, right? But don't study for the SAT. What you should do? Study. Because I love this subject, I am going to study this. You can ask me any question. If you don't get admission in any place in this world, no problem. What you can do? You can start a SAT coaching. You will make more money than anybody else, right? Correct or not? Eh? Yeah, lot of students will come, no? Because you ask any question, I will get you 100 out of 100. So you get admission for the best students in the best university, people will come to you. Got it? So you are not preparing for the SAT. You are preparing? You are not preparing for the SAT. Preparing for any exam. Fine?
Chapter 2 is doing your best on the SAT. And then chapter 3 is command of evidence. Chapter 4 is word and
What is
context.
best on SAT?
Doing your best.
All that. Did you read? Gone through that content? Did you read all this? You must. So that book is for you, right? You have that book? You don't have. That's
We
it.
ordered it. We ordered it, but it hasn't come yet.
Whose book is that?
Mine.
We'll reduce the weight. Eh?
Okay.
You remember, no? My
Yeah.
technology?
Yeah.
Okay. Your mama and papa will cry.
It'll be okay.
Let us see. Yeah. It was really hard for many students too. But for me it's okay.
Chapter 4 is words in context.
Louder.
Chapter 5.
Louder.
Chapter
Louder. It should be like this. Louder. Yeah, you should also learn how to speak louder. Okay?
Chapter 5 is about the reading test.
Reading?
Test.
Okay. What is reading test?
The reading section in the SAT where
It's
you
where,
read paragraphs.
It's where you read paragraphs and it asks you for
And
context clues and how to decipher a character and stuff like that.
Okay.
the comprehension on how well you understand what you read. Have
Okay.
you taken it yet? Chapter
Did you do any comprehension anytime?
Yeah. Yeah.
When?
In previous tests for like ISTEP and
The SAT itself is comprehension. It's an entire section of it.
Okay. Then? Next chapter?
After about the reading test, chapter 6 is reading, info, and information and ideas. 7 is reading rhetoric.
What is information and idea reading?
Information and ideas. Ideas would be information and ideas. Like I said, context clues would be more of like information about the main ideas of a passage, which would be the thesis statement or something like that.
Okay.
it also has infographics that
What is
relate
infographics?
like pie charts, bar graphs, graphs that relate to the passage with information about the topic the passage is about.
Okay. If it is a story,
Then it probably won't have an infographic.
not there.
Most likely not.
Do you know how movies are made? Not now. Olden days or now also.
They take pictures and put it in motion.
Huh?
They take lots of pictures and then put it in motion in olden days.
String them together.
Yeah, but you have to. The story is available, but somebody has to make direction, right?
They put
But
it in a
where to shoot
storyboard.
this? How do they know?
You have to look at
Their own
whether
ideas.
timing.
Location.
Yeah.
So how do they?
Infographics.
Yeah, that's infographics. What do? They go to different places, take location. When you read a story, what is there in your mind?
The
Location.
storyboard, the setting.
Story.
The setting.
That is creating pictures. Graphics doesn't mean pie chart and that is why not a table pie chart alone. Any cartoon character, immediately the picture will come to you, right? Dosha, idli. What is coming in your mind?
Pictures.
Pictures. Correct? So infographics, information based on graphics. That's it. And every time it is nice to have. Have you seen infographics presentations? Beautiful presentations they make. If you want to speak about a tree, they will draw a tree first. Right? According to the story, they will start drawing. Okay, then.
Chapter 8, Reading Synthesis. Chapter 9 is the sample reading questions. 10 is about the writing and language test.
Writing?
Writing and language test.
What is language?
Something you speak so that other people will understand you. Although there are different types of some languages. There are many different languages.
What do you do?
So is it just on English or like just
The SAT is obviously just
yeah,
English.
it's just
English.
but also like the English language, like context and
It's gonna ask you about
There
grammar.
was a word in it, but I forgot what it was.
It's gonna
It's
ask
like
for grammar.
yeah,
and-
common things in English, like idioms, sayings.
So it'll ask you to rewrite sentences. What word best describes this sentence or this?
And there's a couple vocab words like, what does this word mean in as used in sentence?
Where do you get these sentence words and all? How did you improve your English so far?
I read a lot and also
What are you reading?
books. Just
What is a book?
A bunch of pages with words and paragraphs strung together in sequential order to make a story.
Is it a language?
It's comprised of a language. It can be transcribed into different languages.
It has language in it.
It has language, but it's not language. What is it called? Equivalent to language, there is another word.
Right?
Text.
Language and
Reading, writing.
reading, writing, book, all that together is a single word. Language is to communicate. When it is in textual fashion, somebody writes.
Literature?
Literature. So what's the difference between language and literature?
Literature is the use of language in ways to
Louder.
stimulate your
If I start
imagination.
talking in the same sound, will you be happy?
I don't know.
No, you should. Louder.
It's the use of language in ways to stimulate your imagination.
It
And-
communicates ideas. Somebody creates idea and then communicates, right? That is creative. Literature is creative. Language is not creative. Language is a basic requirement. Somebody may be very good in language without even reading. You can see a lot of native speakers of English. How did they got English? Not by reading textbooks. By listening, by using it. Somebody may be very good in literature, but they may not know language at all. They are good readers, but they can't speak. If you are good in language, you can be a good public speaker. They may take a PhD in English literature. What is that? English? Literature. So they will know who is Shakespeare, who is Macbeth, which are the characters there, what did they do, what is the story about. They can analyze and write it. The vocabulary will be good, but they don't have language skill. What's language skill? Communication. So what is being tested here?
Communication.
The earlier paraphrasing and all, what is tested?
Writing.
Literature skill. So the SAT syllabus contains language, literature. Whether you have the power, literary power or not. What's it called? Literary power. Yesterday we watched a Malayalam movie. Gemini. Note down, otherwise you'll forget anything what I say. No, keep fighting. It's good for you also. If you don't understand the language, it doesn't matter.
How do you spell it?
Gemini. You don't know what is Gemini?
G
The star.
M-I-N-I.
Constellation.
Gemini.
Constellation. There is another English movie called Debate. That's an English movie. This Gemini is a Malayalam movie. It's a recent movie. Debate is a very old movie. I think the name is Debate or The Debate. I don't know exactly. That's an English movie. I think it is from India or America or Britain. I don't know. That contains the story of a student. Both are story of students. You must watch it. It's beautiful. Okay? Watch those movies. It will all help you because that's full of debate. How are you going to capture idea and how you are going to present it? It's full debate. Competitions and debates. How do you paraphrase? How do you comprehend? How do you present it well? And argument. Yeah, next. So both language and literature, both are important for you. You must also create your own idea. And you must also have the habit of reading and capturing whole thing. Next.
11, writing and literature, expression.
I told you before that itself. I never heard of the
writing
chapter.
and language, sorry. Writing and language, that's what it's for.
Language is there, literature is there.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
10. 11 is expression of ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Writing and language, expression of ideas.
Yeah.
12, writing and language, standard English conversation. Conventions.
Okay.
I can't read my own hand.
13 is sample
I had a professor
questions.
who was never able to read his own handwriting. He used to ask me, read this. I said, I can't read.
I could master it. Anyways.
13 is sample questions on writing. 14 is about the essay portion. 15 is about the math test. 16.
Verse jumped to maths.
Yeah.
Why?
They have sections.
It's-
1 and
it
2 are
goes-
intro. 3 through 14 is writing, literature, language.
I think
And then
2
15 through 21 is math.
Why maths?
Because it's one of the
maths
basic
is the
skills.
basis of maths and science and
What is the connection between English and maths?
they're the
Those
basic.
skills you
Huh?
need
The
to.
basic subjects, core subjects.
But is it related?
Yeah, you need.
Your English teachers are good in maths?
No.
No,
Your maths teachers are good in English?
no.
Yeah.
Then?
You need both to be valid.
No. Both has got a common factor which is called logic. For me, both are equal. You give me any word in the world which I don't know also, but tell me the meaning, relate to me to that. I will find mathematics in that. Try some word. Anything in the world, you tell word.
Recognition. Recognition.
Recognition. How do you recognize? Somebody by merit you have to recognize. Say, recognizing somebody as a good student. What do you do? Compare one with another one. What is comparison? Comparing the marks. Less or more. Less or more is which subject?
Math.
Mathematics. So recognizing is mathematics. You.
Posters? Posters?
Posters. What is the first question? Size of the poster. Size is maths or not? Simple. So you will have to do it, what I am doing now.
Oh. Okay.
You will have to ask this to all your friends. Go back home and then ask, tell me any word, I will find math in that. I told you, you don't study for learning, but you study for teaching. Your first job is to teach everybody at home.
What about a volcano?
What is volcano?
It's a cone-shaped mountain.
No.
Tectonic
No.
plates.
The volcano
Yeah.
is what is boiling inside the earth which comes out. Why is it coming out? Because there is a thin layer, there is a gap, correct? Thin is English word or maths word? It's a measurement. Everything ends in measurements in this world.
What about murder? Murder.
Murder. Okay. What is murder?
Is it killing of somebody?
What is that? End of somebody's life. What is end and beginning? Maths.
Or a story?
End and beginning. Beginning is 0. End is something which continuously goes. You will ask what age, when, which day, how old.
Numbers.
That is because everything in the world is logic. Correct? When you put logic into language, it becomes literature language. When you put in numbers, it becomes maths. Got it?
Yeah.
Who is fat among you?
Me.
You. What is opposite for antonym for fat?
Oh, thin. Skinny.
You are fat? Okay, when you say fat, is there a measurement or not?
Yeah.
So fat is an English word or maths word? Where do you learn opposite? In maths also you learn opposite, right? In English also you learn. In maths you learn opposite. English you learn synonym, antonym and all that. Maths it will be equal. If both are equal, then we'll say equal, right? Equal is an English word or maths word? Equal in what? Size, weight,
Quantity.
quantity,
Quality.
quality. So there is a measurement. Now what is antonym for fat? You said skinny, thin. Come on.
Small.
No, small cannot
Small is big.
be. Yeah. I want all of you to argue.
Thin.
That is when you improve your logic.
Thin would be thick, right? Though?
Okay, say thin. Now, how do you know whether thin is correct or not? Now, what you should do is find antonym for thin.
Thick.
Opposite of thin is thick. Immediately you say thick. Why you did not say fat?
Because
That's not correct.
yes.
Always opposite of opposite is the same. Correct or not? So your first answer, thin, was wrong. Then, come on.
Skinny was
Could be obese, it could be fat.
Obese and fat are synonyms.
Obese and fat is same.
Synonym.
See, first thing what to learn in English is there is no single word equivalent to that word.
It's nothing.
Every word is different. That's why we say synonym. Almost equal only. Contextually, it will be different.
Because obese is not the same thing as fat.
Obese is not the fat.
Fat.
And she is not fat, she is not obese also. There is another word to be used.
Fat.
Okay, you assume the...
Healthy? Healthy?
Healthy can be lean is healthy. That's why we say lean beauty. But do you use the word slim beauty or lean beauty? Why not lean beauty?
Because
That's where I confused you. Lean is without energy. No health. Healthy lean is called slim. So beauty cannot be without health. That's why people use only slim beauty but not lean beauty. Okay? So close to fat, opposite can be slim or lean. Fat is with energy or without energy. You said obese. Obese is good or bad?
Bad.
Bad. So fat is also bad.
Not necessarily.
Fat is bad.
depends on how much you have.
No. Do you have another word called stout?
Yeah.
What is
But-
stout?
Stout, you mean,
With full energy.
I always thought of it
Short.
as like short and small.
You all words what I am saying, if you want to write down, look at dictionary and come back and argue tomorrow. You can write all these words and then look at. You want to know the exact meaning? There is a website called wordhippo.hippo, you know, right? Hippo means?
Hippo is
Hippopotamus.
Hippo dance. Word twist as much as you can. That's why it is called word hippo. Wordhippo.org, I think. I'm not sure. Org or com. That you can check. There is antonym and synonym available. The beauty is the word fat, if you put, you will get some 17 antonyms. Your task is take. I did this. That's why I learned English. Beautiful way of learning English. In my childhood, I never had internet. No. But those days, dictionary. The best book in the world is dictionary. Do you know this? The best book in the world is dictionary. But most of you, what you will do is when you look at dictionary, you look for the meaning which you want. The meaning. I told you not the sat. Similarly, not the meaning. What you should do? All meanings you should read. So that in your life you will not have to go back and look at that word. In whichever context it comes, you will learn.
How will you remember everything?
It will come by way of usage. What
So
it?
you read again and again?
You have to speak to me. When you learn one word, go and tell your father, I learned. Do you know this? No, it's nice, no? Your father also should get educated. You have a sister. Small children also can learn a lot of things. It's all the way you train them. I've got 2.5-year-old children who by hearted the whole country and capitals in the world. It's all mother who trained them. You are like this, good or bad, both responsibility is your mother. But don't find fault with them. At least you be a good mother for your children tomorrow. For that you start learning now. You cannot learn at the age of 40 and then start teaching your kids. That will not happen. So what you should do? See, when we go for drive, immediately what I will keep doing, whether it could be Dheeraj or somebody, whoever is with me. If you are in US, the immediate question will be, which are the states and capitals? Tell me in alphabetic order. I don't know, but that's how I also learn. With the A, how many states?
Alabama,
Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas.
4.
Finished?
Yeah.
Total how many states?
50.
50. Do you know locations of all this? Now you are in Indiana state, right?
Yeah.
Tell me which are the neighboring states.
Texas,
Ohio,
Tennessee,
Kentucky,
Michigan,
Illinois,
Ohio.
and Michigan.
Iowa, Kentucky.
Kentucky
is
is
below
below.
Tennessee.
Okay, now tell me.
Kentucky.
I was not trying to test you. I was trying to answer your question. I was trying actually here because it's all your imagination. What did you do when I asked you these questions? You are imagining. You are locating. That means you are visualizing. So how do you learn? Visualize. Got it? Now fat opposite. Fat is without energy, bulky, no health. And there is a slim which is with energy.
But slim can also mean not good, right? Because
No. If slim
thin,
is not good,
thin,
no.
thin can mean
Yeah,
bad.
thin.
Thin can
That is thin. So you want opposite of healthy can be non-healthy.
Yeah.
So non-healthy antonym should be healthy. So will it be thin or lean? Lean. So there is only one. All competitive exams, even if you want admission in any university in the world, you want MNC company. In India, when we have MNC company like Infosys or Wipro or any company which has got some relation with any abroad software development, they have a written test in which they will ask questions like this only. And what do they give options? Antonym for thin, fat, skinny, lean, then thin, slim.
Which one would be right?
That is what you should find out. Most of them are almost similar. How do you distinguish this? It's with logic. That logic is with energy, without energy. More size, less size.
So would it be lean?
Lean. So fat opposite is lean, stout opposite is slim. Fat opposite is slim. Because there is no energy here, there is energy there. It's big size, it's small size. So fat opposite is slim. You understood the logic?
Yeah.
How did I derive it? It is not, I have not read anywhere. How did I derive it? Go to wordhippo.com, take the antonym, post it there and see which are all the one coming. So most of the options will go. Right? Keep on doing it in iteration. That's a method to learn. And visualize. Create logic. What you should create? Logic. So the basis for mathematics and English is same. It's logic. That is why they are not testing your English skill. That's why even if you are very good in English, they may not score well in SAT. You may be very good in mathematics, you will not score well in SAT.
You need to know logic.
Yeah. So if you know logic, you don't have to go through all these chapters. All these chapters will become simple for you. My subject is neither English nor maths, though I am a mathematician. My subject is logic. If you know logic, you will also learn cooking. Looking at the item, you will say, oh, this is the content of it. So what's most important? Logic. Visualization. Have you visualized a sound? No, there was a sound. Have you visualized sound?
Yeah.
Have you seen sound systems?
Yeah.
Have you seen vibrations in that?
Yeah.
So sound is vibration. You're seeing it. Yeah. Next chapter. So mathematics, what are all the things we have?
Math. Chapter 16 is heart of algebra. 17 is problem solving and data analysis.
What is data analysis? What is algebra?
Algebra is
I will be back.
You can take the chair and sit down.
No. Actually, I need to pick up Meghna somewhere.
Okay.
So,
What time? When do you want to go?
it's up to them. They can call
Yeah.
me. I can come anytime and pick
Tell-
them.
So that she can
Is
come.
it?
It's 2:40. It's getting 2:45 right now.
Take our own time, as long as he's okay with it.
2:40.
Should I see? 3:15.
For me, no timing. When kids used to come for programs of 48 hours of classes. Yeah? We'll finish whole syllabus and then go. Permanent.
Is that okay? I can bring Meghna with them from tomorrow.
Anyone?
Go to tennis at 4.
Huh?
3:45
2:45.
at the latest. But she's saying 3:15. Do you have
Oh,
something to get to?
it's
Call me,
Fine.
Sajana, whenever it is done. Okay?
yeah.
There is no hurry. I can
Have
come.
class today? Yes.
No, just practicing.
Okay.
I
It's like
can't play. I haven't
clinics.
practiced since
Yeah. Are you in clinics?
I need to join. I need to sign. So what time?
Algebra.
Do you have something to get to?
I mean, like, I have
Data
plans
analysis.
later, but it's
When?
fine. It's 5.
What will be in the data?
Data would be like
Okay, let me ask you one question. What was your height when you were 3 years old? 1 year old?
probably
Assume that you put all that together. You will get a table. Age,
height.
height, and weight. Is it not data?
It's kind of
Yes. So as you increase your age, naturally what will happen? Naturally,
height and weight will
height
go
and weight will increase. When you write that equation, you will find 0.5 times.
algebra.
That becomes algebra. Write x is equal to, x is your height, maybe y is your weight. Correct? X is directly proportional to y. You know what's directly proportional, right?
Linear.
As it increases, that also increases. If this increases, that becomes less. It is called indirectly. Inversely proportional. Right? So one is directly proportional, other one is inversely proportional. It's reverse. So the data you can express in terms of algebra. Is it not possible in geometry? What is geometry? You draw one
It's a
x-axis,
shape.
y-axis. Don't you do this? And y-axis you take age, x-axis. How will be the graph? Your graph you just write. Guess your height and weight from age 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't write in this because it's going to be a permanent chart. You have to make a page like this. Write down each chapter heading and say how much confidence you have in those chapters. How much knowledge you have. Next week again you have to assess for all the chapters. We are not learning the way you learned in your schools, chapter wise, okay? Whichever chapter we want, we will learn. Random. Huh?
How?
Right age 1, 2, 3, 4 up to what age you have now?
Yeah, okay.
You are in 13 now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. You got teen now. 12, there is no teen. You know, that's how the teenage word came.
Yeah,
12,
13.
13 to 19 is called a teenage. 13 to
19.
19. So when I was in Delhi, I got a student who used to come to learn, me to learn. So that time, what I did, that was her 20th birthday. So I gave a gift. And the gift was, what do you give? Gift for somebody when
You're finally an adult.
Huh?
You're no longer a teen. You're an adult.
I wrote a poetry, and that poetry was this. Earlier heading was teen to 20. What was the title?
Teen to 20.
Teen to 20. But then, when I gifted to her, that was teen to 20. But when I write a poetry for generic purpose, I changed the title. Content is same. You read. Read louder.
You have lived for 20 years.
Hold it closer, no?
You have lived for 20 years in this world of struggle and strife. Has it been a blow or a bloom? You have tasted the joy of teenage, the wonders
Tasted, finished. No more teenage. You can't taste after that.
the wonders of Philos and its thrills. In this
Wonders
world,
of?
Philos?
What is philos?
Philosophy?
The philos gave origin. That is the origin, philos, for philosophy. From the word philos, philosophy came. So my question is, what is philosophy? So you cannot tell a derived word as a meaning for the original word. Philos is a root word.
The base.
Philos is a root word. Another root word is Sophie.
Sophie means wisdom, right?
Huh?
Sophie means wisdom.
Yeah. Philos means?
Origin?
No, it means like
Philos
You will
is
understand.
feeling?
That's why I gave
It's
philos is feeling.
feeling.
Feeling of love.
Okay.
Now, yesterday both of you are telling, right? Parents will scold because you are in a philo stage now. What you want is love. When you don't get love, you become upset. So that desire for love is called philos. Not normal feeling. Got it? That is called philos. Okay.
The wonders of Philos and its thrills. In this world of rapture and delight, have you welcomed its sorrows too? You have learned the basic lesson that life will never be the same. Will the future take its toll on you? You have seen the world in harmony, shared the dreams of an adult world, the wonders of Eros and its ecstasy. Has your mission in life ever changed? Step by step till you reach the stars, life awaits you. Accomplish and explore. As you discover the pleasure of life and the wonders of absolute bliss, add life to your years and years to your life. You have journeyed from Philos to Agape. You arrived this morning to supreme love.
So from that Philos you will migrate to Eros.
Eros is
Love.
Love.
Eros is again love, but it's a arranged love.
So Philos is
Socially demanded love. Husband and wife. If there is a party, only one goes, the other will ask, where is your husband? Why he has not come? Correct? So it's a forced love. Society demanded. Agape is again feeling of love. Your grandfather will love your grandmother. Will that be like a teenage love or a eros? No. They depend on somebody else, right? Dependent love. Without them you cannot live. That sort of a situation. What you should do is, you must go, the best method to learn these words are, you must go and find out dictionary etymology. You know what's etymology?
Yeah.
What is etymology?
It's like the meaning of one.
Write down, Kana. Etymology, write down. Whenever you look dictionary meaning, look for etymology. When you look for etymology, you will know it comes from Greek or Latin. Most of the English words. That's why when you don't understand something, you will say it's Greek and Latin to me. Because it's somewhere, sometime it originated. How do you know? So most of the technical words in the world are Greek and Latin. Any subject, let it be any engineering subject or medical science, origin will be
Greek and Latin.
Greek and Latin. But computer science,
Numbers.
direct English. Because computer science developed in America. Not old subject, new subject. Therefore, computer science language is a bad language. What do you do when you say you have to shut down the system? Shut down is a good word or a kill the process. Heard this?
Yeah.
Delete the file. Delete and all is a normal casual word which you use. Correct? Medical science dictionary meaning of most of the physics words, will you see such words? Casual words in physics. Science, biology, you will not hear such words. It's all very authoritative, great English. That's because computer science got developed in America in these days. So that's youngsters terminology. Boot the system.
Boot the system.
Boot the system. Because when somebody goes for work, they boot, right? The same word is used.
E-T-Y. It's E-T-Y, not E-T-B. I knew that.
Okay.
It's okay. Learning English this year.
I've seen it. I'm just not good at spelling.
So did you get a graph?
Yeah.
Where? Graph means you should have 1 to 13. Also put numbers here. And I am going to ask you, age of 1, what was your weight? You must tell. Is it in kg?
Pounds.
Then write here. Write here. How do I know? Is it in liters? Now let us see how is your logic. Okay. You are heavy in the childhood and now reduced. And you should compare with us. You write. Don't see. Oh, you took birth with 0 weight. How is it
It's not
possible to
that.
take birth with 0? Yeah.
Not that,
Huh.
but it started up here.
Would it like bottom out? Would it go stagnant?
So at
No.
a growing age.
Now you tell me, this is a data representation, right? This is also graphics. We can also put into algebra. Now I asked you few questions. Will you be 0? You asked a question. Will I be stable? These are all logic. You understood? Anything you tell in this, I will convert it into logic now. So data analysis is algebra. Data analysis is geometry. That is why the word data came there. And you know the best subject in the world today?
Logic.
Which is the best subject in the world? Huh?
Logic.
Data analysis. Speak louder.
Okay.
Data analysis is the biggest subject in the world. You have gone to big malls, right? Kroger.
Yeah.
Then Walmart. Walmart, there are many items. How many items will be there? Thousands. How do they keep data? How many items are there? If you look at the website, they will tell you this item is available in the shop or not.
When it comes in,
The
when it
tag.
ships in,
They have some number. And when they sell it, they have some number. But assume the Friday evening, the stock is going to be almost 0. How do they know that it has to be replenished?
Because the numbers are deleted.
So that is data. Any number is data. And do you know what do they do? They will draw a graph which says Monday to Friday, generally this is the sale. Last Saturday this was the sale. Every Saturday this item, this is the sale. Therefore they will predict next Saturday how much will be the prediction. All these analysis is called the big data analysis. The big data analysis, they require a lot of computer time. When you Google somewhere, immediately you are getting some answer, right? So what is running there? Big data analysis. When you travel on the road, when you drive, it will show you Google map. In some places it will show you a red mark, traffic. How do they do that? Satellite is not going to measure whether there is a traffic jam or not.
It'll ask, hey, is there a traffic jam here?
But somebody has to answer, there has to be information, right? How do they get information?
Communication.
Communication is to give the information. Now my question is, what is the source for them? To know whether there is traffic jam or not.
Observation.
What is observation? What do they observe?
Like
traffic
how
lights, the cars there.
There are many people going, all of them are using the same GPS. Correct? And your GPS says that your movement is only
Little bit.
20 km per hour instead of 70 km per hour. So what are they doing? They are adding all these data together, making an average and giving you back. Every time we keep on adding. So all the vehicles here, whatever the speed in which they are going, somebody is collecting this, averaging it, and then giving to them back. Every moment it is happening. You can imagine how much data will be in the whole world. So one of the biggest subject is data. And all of them have to show in the graph. Assume an aircraft is flying and landing. In a busy airport, how many aircrafts will be there? Why are they not hitting each other? It's not humanly done. It's all done by computers. So they will have graph. Graph is not two dimension. This is 2 dimension. 1 dimension, 2 dimension. It will be 3 dimension. Here also you need values. Then only it becomes data. I want to know what's your weight now. Approximate. You need not be exact. That's your height?
Yeah.
You want height?
Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
put
You are
it.
not worried about weight.
No.
You are worried about height only.
My weight fluctuates a lot. It fluctuated a lot last year. 'Cause
Okay.
I had
Now here, at some age 6.
It was, 7. Which isn't
So you
right.
have a scale marked on in your house somewhere? Do you know that it's available? You have a sticker where you can paste it on your wall. Go there and then measure it. Did you do that? I mean, I used to do in my childhood. What you do is you don't measure. How do you measure? Generally a scale is used.
I think I might have done it in India though.
Yeah, most of the people do that.
Yeah, back
You have a
then I
scale
used to
there,
do it.
then keep a scale here and then remove it, then see, yeah.
Yeah, I saw
It's a
that.
mark it. We used to mark.
I do. Oh, we threw it away, I think.
Now finished, you cannot mark. You will not grow taller than this. Will you?
Hopefully.
Yeah, you will grow up to 18 years. Some people up to 21 years. After that you will not grow. So this stability, now up to 18 you will grow. So it will not become like this. That means you are saying after 13 you will not grow.
No, but it's not stable. It's still going upwards.
No, but that growth will be much faster. Up to 21, 18 you expect it to grow. So it will go like this. Then it will become like this. Then it will not become. Then after 60 it will go down.
It goes down?
Yeah, it does.
Your height depends on, do you know how you are built? Back of your bone you have got, when you bend it bends, right? Like this. When you are straight it will be like this. Between this there is a cushion.
So when you grow old, does the cushion go?
Yeah, cushion will get jammed.
So that shortens.
Now what you do is, tomorrow morning as soon as you wake up, you measure your height and play full day or jump, climb steps, your ground tennis you play, measure in the evening. Definitely it will be few centimeters less.
Less.
Morning it will be more.
So if you want to grow, you shouldn't play.
Your height will become little less when you play, when you jump, when you walk, especially when you climb steps. This sponge will get compressed. But because it is compressing, its elasticity will increase. The ability to move.
So the long.
Therefore, next day morning,
Should be even.
you will grow a little more tall. Understood? But while doing, what will happen?
Shorter.
It will shorten. But assume you don't do different exercise. That's why you will take a back stretch, front stretch, turning, and all that is done. Some people will only climb all the time, same step, no other step. So that
After a while.
after a while they'll become short. That's why Japanese, Chinese, wherever mountainous region, you will see all the hilly region, people are short. Because they only do in same style. Got it? Yeah. So, this is logic. The data, from the data you take some information. Now what you can do is, you can draw a relation between this to this. At the 3, you were, maybe sometime you get a relation, no? When, I'll take some example. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Maybe at 1 you are in 2 or 1.5 and 2 you are in 3. So immediately what I will write, this is y, this is x, y is equal to 1.5x. Right? At 1 my data was 1.5. At 2 my data was 3. Right? So this was my graph. Suppose I am growing like this. This will be my equation. So this equation is algebra. This equation, this line is geometry. Right? And sometime say y is equal to x. This will be like this.
So you grow 1 foot.
Y is equal to x. This is 1, this is also 1. This is 2, this is also 2. This is 3, this is also 3. Right? Y is equal to 0. This one. This is y is equal to 0. Correct, or x equal to 0? I will tell something to check whether you are active or not. This is x equal to 0. This is y equal to 0. That's why it is called y axis. This is called x axis. At x axis, y is equal to 0. At y axis, x is equal to 0. So now when you say x is equal to 0,
Y-axis.
is it a algebra or geometry?
It's under both. It's
Both. So there is no difference between algebra and geometry. Both are same. That is logic. That is visualization. So what are you going to do, my children? You will always visualize. Anything which you do, if you cannot visualize, ask me. If you visualize, you will never forget. If you don't visualize, you will forget. The best method to learn is visualize, imagine. That's why cinemas are beautiful. You keep visualizing because visuals are given to you. Yeah, next. Maths chapters. We didn't start maths chapters.
18 is passport to advanced math.
What is advanced maths?
Probably trigonometry and
I think it's like polynomials and
that's-
functions, three equations. Yeah, I know it's a polynomials because I went through it. But
do you mean 3 variable
well, I mean,
equations?
it's supposed to be like, mostly algebra and geometry, but then
that
in this
stuff
case
is
that would be
algebra.
advanced because polynomials, so
It's algebra.
it is more algebra 2.
Yeah, exactly, algebra.
Yeah, this is like algebra 1. It's supposed to be most algebra 1. So the polynomials comes under algebra 2.
Advanced math, I guess, with reference to higher algebra 2 pre-calc, maybe? I don't
Yeah,
know.
algebra 2 and pre-calc subjects.
And math
mostly.
with names.
I saw chords and tangents in there too.
That's just geometry.
Chords and
Tangents.
I don't
what is
know.
chords, tangents?
A
Chords.
chord is...
Oh, the
circle.
chords.
Again, same page. Don't worry. I'll ask you to make another page, another table,
Okay.
and copy all these earlier data also.
Okay. This is a circle. And this is a chord. It's a...
What is circle? What is chord?
A circle is...
What do you use circle?
Something is...
Is there a relation between circle and triangle?
A triangle can fit inside a circle, and a circle can fit inside a triangle.
Are you learning trigonometry?
Well, there
A
are
little
different.
bit,
There are
basics
different
at a
ways.
time.
Okay, that is circle and triangle together.
What?
Oh yeah.
Trigon-
Radians and
You want to learn basic trigonometry?
Oh, I
Simple
didn't realize. I thought like
It took me a while, unit
trigonometry was just
I know because I did something on it today.
tangents.
I did something on I studied arc sine. The concept of arc
I
sine
never
Where is it
understood
used?
those.
Trigonometry.
in circles. In unit circles, radians and
Why?
Is
and
circles.
radians in an angle.
Where is the application? Where do you want to use this trigonometry?
It's trigonometry is to find angle measures of a triangle or side
You
lines.
can measure straight, no?
Yeah, but if you didn't have a protractor or a
If you
ruler-
don't have, how do you measure?
If you have like only one side, then you can know the angle. If you
Oh
have-
yeah.
But why you want to see that? Tell me practical application.
If
To
you
find
were
the exact length.
Of what? Length you can measure, no?
But if you did
To estimate like what length you wanted.
Huh?
If you knew you had an angle, it's like what length do you want? to make the most practical.
Give me practical
If you
example.
needed to reach the roof of a house and you knew the angle that the ground formed with the wall of the house, then you needed to know how much how long of a ladder you needed in order to reach the roof. Then you would use trigonometry in order to find that out.
Did you
If
get
you
what
know
she
how
said?
long
Yeah.
the ladder.
Tell me.
If you have a certain, you can use trigonometry to see how far, how long a ladder needs to be to get up to the side of a house to reach the roof.
How? Show me that and explain. If you understood, you should show me in figure. I told you, no, everything is geometry, algebra, visualize. Got it? How?
If you have a house and this is like, I don't know, 10 feet, and then this is like, you need to have like a 60-degree angle with the ladder and the ground. You have to get to the top of 10 feet. Then you need to figure out how long the ladder needs to be.
You learned isosceles triangle,
Yeah.
equal size.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is going to be,
And equal, like half of
if it is
equal.
10 feet, if you know 10 feet, you know you can measure it. But I don't know this is 10 feet, that's my problem. I don't know the height. If I know, then it is simple. If I keep it straight, it will become. Suppose this is where I want to climb. Now, exactly I put a ladder here of this size. But I don't know. I cannot cut this. I have to manufacture this and then bring it here. No? How do I know this is the height? This is the question.
You measure it.
How
using
do I
a-
measure? I cannot measure. Assume I want to know the height of that tall mast. I will not allow you to go near, but I want to know the height of this.
Could use that. Use an object that you think is like taller
You look up and you
than.
see the angle.
I don't know
There's
the name of
this
that.
tool where it's like a protractor, but there's something that swings and you look up at it and it forms an angle. And it tells you what your angle is.
The angle you will get. So
Yeah,
what?
but the height. He's
So
asking
then
about
use
the
it to
one
measure the
height.
height. Because you know that's 90 degrees. You know this angle.
And then
And you
That
know
is 90 degree.
you know the height from you to the building. Like if the building is here and I'm here, then I know what this much is. So I know this. I know
But you
Actually,
still
what
have
is
to
done, no?
measure that.
Traditionally, what is done? I'll tell you. Long back, what is done is you hold this pen, keep moving, and you look from here. Where is this end touching back? So it is here. Fine. Now what I will do is, this is here. I will tilt 90 degree. Fine. Got it? And this distance, same distance. Now from here I am tilting. You understood? I am tilting. There is a similar triangle which I am forming there also.
Isosceles, right?
Similar triangle. Similar triangle will have all the sides same.
All this.
Fine.
well,
So I am keeping this here, keeping that there. So I am making a scaled version here and tilt this. And I will get a distance here. You understood?
Yeah.
So that's what is done. Scaled version. That is what is done in trigonometry actually. You make a scaled version. Assume I don't want to know the height. I cannot climb on top. What can I do? I can keep it on the ground, no? Logically I can keep it on the ground. That's what I do. Very simple.
But still, wouldn't you need to know the like, if you want to?
So if it is 45 degree, if it is 90 degree, so what I am doing when I is tilting it down? It's a circle. When I tilt in all the direction, that becomes a circle, right? That's what I said. Line. If I tilt once and then connect them, it becomes triangle. If I make that connection through an arc, it becomes a circle. That's how the trigonometry came. And if I start measuring the angle, if those two angles becomes 45, this is my height, and equal height, same height if I take, and if I connect, definitely these will become 45 because these two are equal. So what do? I hold from here, I see the top. If I can see the top from here, when I look parallel, if I can see the ground, I am at the right place with a 45 degree. So I fix 45 degree first, then keep moving. Where am I going to see the top? Fine. And create this small, this is the pen size, this small triangle here. This is the pen which I am using. So this distance to this distance will be exactly equal to, the ratio will be equal. And I measure this on the ground because I can measure this. Now the question is, if I cannot measure this, how do I get it?
You measure this and you measure this.
Measure this. I can throw some item there and then get it. This is how it is done. Now satellite is going up. How do I know what height the satellite is gone? Laser pointing?
Yeah.
So through laser pointing we measure. This is the distance at which it is. And once I do this similar triangle, it keep on moving. Distance measurement. So I can get the height from that point to this point. Exact that height. I don't have to go there because there is a lake there or a river there. I cannot cross. I don't want to go there. That's somebody's land. But still I can measure this from here. This method is what is trigonometry. So one is exact data given. Your height, weight, graph and all, how did you draw? What you should do is, I told you, write this at the end so that your every writing should be in the same sequence. Don't do random here and there. Because I will ask you to sum up what you learned today. How do you sum up? We told many things, right? A good student has got a basic quality. Write down. Note taking and note making. What is it?
Taking and note making.
Yeah. Take note. Whatever I speak, write in the same sequence. So that logically how did you improve? How did you learn? Then you will be able to write a nice note about whatever I said. You have to make a note. Trigonometry I explained to you. You also have English comprehension, right? So you must be able to write one paragraph on trigonometry. I discussed about the relationship between algebra, geometry and trigonometry. Did I? So you must be able to make one paragraph so that you can tell somebody. This is what the relationship between this. So you are not learning maths. You are also learning communication, English comprehension, logical thinking. Logical reasoning, there are many parts. One is arithmetic logic and another one is English logic. And another one is graphical logic. You have seen some questions where one arrow will be here, next picture arrow will be here, next picture arrow will be here. Guess what will be the fourth? Correct? That is graphical logic. Logical reasoning have got many ways. I'll show you something. I'll pick up. I may have some questions on this, which is asked for postgraduate students in India. If they wanted to become teachers in colleges, they will have to write this same exam. Yeah. Next. Syllabus. You are in 13th chapter now? 13th or 14th chapter? Her all spare parts are falling.
19.
Now after some time her head will fall and hands will fall. It's all tightened well.
19.
Okay, we're on the 19. 19 is additional math topics. 20
Advanced mathematics we
Yeah.
were reading. Yeah,
Then is additional math topics.
what is additional math stuff?
Just
Which is not covered earlier. Okay. Then
and then
And 20 and 21 are sample math questions. One is multiple choice and the other one is open.
okay. So what is your confidence level in each one of them? What did you rate?
Okay.
Did you improve it today or not?
Oh, I didn't have the books. I should probably borrow it and finish up. But anyways, I listed 100% for the writing and language standard English conventions, part of algebra,
And what?
and passport to advanced mathematics. So, and the other
Any chapter you are very good. Which chapter you are very good at?
like have it memorized or
In the whole 20 chapters?
21.
21 chapters. Which chapter you are very comfortable?
the algebra and advanced math.
So what you should do is you look at it. How much percentage you know in that? You.
I'm 90
Which one?
in
Which
art
chapter
of
you are-
algebra. I didn't have 100 for anything, but I had 90 for reading things.
See this 100 also. What will happen now? Assume if somebody asks you, do you know swimming? Yeah. Are you a good swimmer? Yes. Where? If you start asking where, then you have doubt. Where?
Where are you good?
Where are you going to swim? In the swimming
Where?
pool, maybe 100%. But goes to sea,
I'm okay.
100%?
Not 100.
That's what I'm saying. So, where mathematics you are good. Maybe a grade 3 student will say maths I am very good. But what is grade 3 maths is not grade 6 maths, right?
Yeah.
So when you get into that subject, when you know questions, it will become tough. Have you ever seen Indian exam scheme versus American exam schemes? Go to YouTube.
I've heard of it.
Go to YouTube and then there are some comparisons made. SAT exam. How Indian equivalent exams in IIT.
I just took like the basic final exam. Like
You
second
took the SAT exam?
final exam in India for like second grade.
Oh,
And then I came here and took final exam.
because some people already took it, and
I took
was
the
supposed
SAT, not
to.
the ACT.
Yeah, I've taken both.
The-
So.
I mean, I could have, but my parents said it would count as a practice, and then they realized it didn't. So,
I
yeah.
took it as a practice.
I took the ACT last year. I took the SAT.
You also do a similar exercise, looking at every subject. So which chapter you want to learn now? You decide. 3 of you discuss and then decide one. We'll start with something.
Do you want to start with math or English?
Math. I need to
Okay.
better
So
English.
there's heart of algebra, problem solving and data analysis, advanced math.
One chapter.
Mhm.
Now.
I prefer
I think we
reading,
should
but
start with algebra because it's the base of. Oh, you want to do
You
reading?
wanna do-
I don't mind.
No, it's okay. Like, what do you want?
Anything beta.
I don't care. I'm good with all the math stuff.
We can.
Yeah, I
Do you
don't
want to
mind.
do English then?
No, I don't mind.
Okay,
Yes,
are you
go
sure?
ahead. Yeah.
Do you want to start with algebra then? Sure. Okay, algebra.
We will wait probably the other two to join.
Oh, Ramya.
Sanjana.
So we'll do lighter one now.
She's Sanjana.
I'm sorry. Ramya, right?
Ramya.
Rummy.
Ramya.
Rummy is a cards play.
This
Hey,
Ramya.
Rummy.
Which two?
There's Ramya and
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 Who's the fourth one?
Ananya?
Gayatri.
Anna?
Yeah, Gayatri started from Ramya.
Okay.
And
Mine was Gayatri. Almost.
huh?
It was gonna be my name. It was a long story.
Okay. And then the other one, I don't know who the other one is.
There's another one. I
I
thought there
didn't
was
know
only
Ananya.
4.
About those ones.
I saw my mom's text Ananya, one of the Ananyas.
I don't think
I
there's
don't
an
think
Ananya.
so.
I think you
I
were
don't
the
know.
only 7th grader.
Yeah.
I'm not talking just about the 7th grade, but anyways.
There was another Ananya?
I don't
How many
know.
Ananyas do you
That
have?
was just 4 people. So.
Ananya can be the only one. And the meaning of Ananya itself is
Unique.
na anya. There is nobody else.
Yeah,
Is
we
she
have
one? Unique.
4 Ananyas.
No, there can be only one Ananya.
Instead of 4.
Gayatri can be 3. 3. Gayatri. Gaya is.
3.
What is Gaya?
Cow.
Cow. 3 Gaya.
Goddess.
I was going to be named Gayatri. But
Hmm?
then I was going to be named Gayatri.
Hmm.
But then, like, you name them at, like, Shabrimala. No, not Shabrimala. Guruvayur. It was some temple where you whisper the name into the pujaris and then they, like, officially name. And then my papa went to name me. And then, like, everybody decided on Gayatri. But then as he was sitting there, he just randomly decided on Radhika. So now I'm Radhika. Just last minute decision.
Tell me what you want to read.
Heart of Heart. Well, are you sure you want?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
Did you read
What
my
do you want
book?
to do?
I read this one,
Which one I gave you?
the poem Life of Love.
Oh, I gave you this. Not Life Made Simple.
Oh, it was Life Made Simple. Sorry, I got confused.
You don't even remember which book.
I
I
read-
remember which book I gave, but you don't remember.
I
which
read the first 1/4 maybe.
That's
What?
not a book to be read at 1/4 like that. It should be opened and then read anywhere. Random.
Yeah, like that. I mean, I sat and then I read, and then I sat and then I read, like in different times, not all in one go.
Well, what do you want to do?
I'm.
I don't
You
really
said heart
care.
of algebra.
I mean,
I'm also okay with anything.
Yeah.
So like heart of algebra, we can start with that. Nobody has like they really want to do something.
we
Okay.
can just do that.
Okay. Heart of algebra.
Take the book. The heavy stuff. Yeah, read from the beginning.
Chapter 16, Heart of Algebra. Heart of Algebra questions on the SAT math test focus on the mastery of linear equations, system of linear equations, and linear functions. The ability to analyze and create linear equations, inequalities, and functions is essential for success in college and career, as is the ability to solve linear equations and systems fluently. Heart of Algebra
Whichever subject you
questions.
go. Let it be social science, medical science, engineering. Everywhere equations, data, marketing, statistics, election result. Last year this much, next year this much. So again data. We have Excel sheets. Do you know how to make it? Do you know how to make charts out of Excel sheets? Try doing something. Just take some random number and start doing it.
Oh, yeah.
It could be your age. Make a graph, real graph.
I had I think I made a line graph. I was bored one day and made a line graph of all of my grades in 2nd grade.
We made a few in chemistry.
Yeah.
Or
a
it could be
lot.
your budget in your house. How much salary together you are getting. That
I
becomes.
did that for one vacation once.
Eh?
My dad made me do it for a vacation. We went to a vacation and he's like, do the whole budget
And how much is the budget for clothes,
in one month.
groceries, a month? It's beautiful data. It could be a guess and see how is it matching. Yeah. So any subject wherever you go, you can have, and you can say, this is how it grows. For last few years, it has grown like this.
Heart of algebra questions vary significantly in form and appearance. They may be straightforward fluency exercises or pose challenges of strategy or understanding, such as interpreting the relationship between graphical and algebraic representations or solving as a process of reasoning. You will be required to demonstrate both procedural skill and deep understanding of concepts. The questions in Heart of Algebra include both multiple choice questions and student-produced response questions. The use of a calculator is permitted for some questions in this domain and not permitted for others. Heart of Algebra is one of the 3 SAT math test subscores, reported on a scale of 1 to 15. Let's explore the content and skills assessed by the Heart of Algebra questions. Remember, the SAT math test requires you to demonstrate a deep understanding of several core algebra topics, namely linear equations, systems of linear equations, and linear functions. These topics are fundamental to the learning and work often required in college and career.
The linear equations is what you are done now. Y is equal to x, x equal to 0, y equal to 0, 1 point, x equal to 1.5x. Yeah.
Linear equations, linear equalities, and linear functions in context.
Linear means
Straight.
can be connected by lines.
Proportional.
Linear, it can be connected by lines. That means you have 1, 2, 3 dots, you can connect by lines.
So if it's bent, is it still
No,
linear?
it's not linear. Each segment can be linear.
Yeah.
That's it. Therefore, each segment it goes like this, you can never write equation.
When you use algebra to analyze and solve a problem in real life, a key step is to represent the context of the problem algebraically. To do this, you may need to define one or more variables that represent quantities in the context. Then you need to write one or more expressions, equations, inequalities, or functions that represent the relationship described in the context. For example, once you write an equation that represents the context, you solve the equation. Then you interpret the solution to the equation in terms of context. Questions on the SAT math test may assess your ability to accomplish any or all of these steps.
Understood?
In order to solve for linear functions, equations, inequalities, stuff like that, you have to make certain equations that will help you solve them.
Clear? Yeah.
Example 1. In 2014, country X had 783 miles of paved roads. Starting in 2015, the county has been building 8 miles of newly paved roads each year. At this rate, how many miles of paved road will County X have in 2030? Assume that no paved roads go out of service.
What you do is, whatever the textual one which is there, put it into either graph or a table, or use symbols like X, Y, or whatever you want. Then it becomes maths. Converting the literature language into numbers and graphs and such things are called the
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. 3? 4. Okay, yeah, 4. Yeah. See ya. Bye. Guys, can I say 345? I have to get to X.
Wait, so in the arithmetic equations, they had us do.
Can you pick us up at 345, please? हाँ, thank you. अभी भी कर रहा है उसके बीच में. उसके बीच में, हाँ. See you. Yeah. Bye. Can I use a different symbol other than X in this?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, it's capital X. Are you getting 8x plus 783?
It's 775.
775? How come?
Because if you were to put X as.
Look here, it says starting in 2015. The country has been building. It didn't built in 2014. Starting in 2015.
Oh.
So the initial value.
So that's technically not the first.
Yeah.
Value.
Well, it is. It's the 0. I don't know. It's been adding since 2015. So I don't think so.
It's been adding since 2015. The red started in 2014. 2014 and 2015 doesn't matter because it's been constant.
But like, if it started in 2014, then we'd have to do like
Minus 8.
minus 8 from it, because to get the 0th term instead of the first term.
2015 is the 0th term.
2014 is 0.
It started building the roads in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So like, plus 1 year. Okay, in 20.
In 1 year, 8 new paved roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's saying it started. Like, even I was saying that if it was the
Like
first
the
value, then it would be 783 minus 8. But since it's saying it started in 2015, like, it's technically
I'm not
counting.
saying anything about the 0.
Wait, never mind.
So done?
I solved for it.
Oh,
And I
okay.
got
So did you get all of this?
Okay, tell me. What is done?
So it said, from at least what I got, I think they might be leading on to something else, but what I got is that they were all paved in 2014 and they started adding in 2015. So between 2014 and 2015 there was no growth.
Oh, it's 8 times
So 2015 is the 0 where they had 785 new
Yeah,
roads.
I did
And
8
during
times
that
6.
time they added 8 roads. So every year after that they started adding 8 roads. So a year after 2015 there were 793 roads.
Mm.
And then that would be in 2016. Then in 2017 they added another 8 roads. So what I got from that was that in 2030 they had 903 roads.
It's 911 roads. That's the other year.
But I started in 2015. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's from what I got from it, I know what you're thinking of, but from what I got from it is that the roads were paved in 2014. They started in 2015. Between 2014 and 2015, no roads were paved. Constant is 783. Between 2015 and 2016, they added 8 roads. So in 2016, they had another 8 roads.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that I got 903.
Wait, how'd you get 903 then?
That was my entire process.
It was 911 though. I think you forgot to add an 8.
How?
Because between. Okay, so.
There wasn't any added between 2014 and 2015.
Yeah, 2015
But what
to
was your
16
equation?
to 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 15.
15.
I lost myself
Except
somewhere.
it's like I just did 15 the first
But
time
then you
too.
add another because
Why?
it's counting. It's minus. Wait,
Why?
No,
Why
never
would
mind.
you
It
add?
says-
I don't know how to say this.
2015, 2016, 2017.
How about we
Because you
read this?
didn't count 2030, did you?
Yeah, I didn't count.
Yeah, because
In 2030, by 2030,
Then how do you
another
get more
8.
than me?
It's plus 8. I didn't count 2030.
Why?
I counted one less. I said
Exactly.
15.
So
Put
I
16.
counted 2030. How would you get less than? How would you get more than me if I counted 2030?
Okay, so the first step in answering this question is to decide what variable or variables
yeah,
you
it's
need
16. I counted 16
16. Yeah, exactly. How did I get less than you
15.
then?
because you didn't either count 2015 as one of the years.
Why would you count 2015 as one of the years?
Because it says
it's the 0 year.
No,
Wait,
it said
starting in
starting
2015. So in that year, they built 8. That's
Yeah,
what I had
Exactly.
wrong.
So in 2016 there were 8 more.
You
So
start
there was
counting
16. 2015, they had 8.
2015.
2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 16. That's much simpler.
The easiest method to get 1 to 10, how many numbers are there? 10. How did you know?
There's
10 minus 1 will be 9. Add 1. So 16 are there. In each year, they constructed 8 miles, right? So how much it will become? 8 into 16. Plus, what is the starting? 783. That's it. Simple, no?
Yeah. I just saw it as during 2015 they created 8 roads. So in 2016 they would have 8. So between that there were 8.
Done? Yeah. So the best method is when you have doubt, but you can't do it all the time because time, always in maths anybody can solve problem, but it will take longer time.
I take smaller numbers, like I go from 1 to 5 and then I just count to 5 to make sure.
The easiest one is 21 to 30 is 10. 1 to 10.
Yeah,
Got it? 21 to 30 is
10.
10. Now you have to reach up to 21. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. How much will become? The 14 will be next to 15. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 already you took it there. Got it? That's what you should do. Next.
In 2014, County X had 783 miles of paved roads. Starting in 2015, the county has been building 8 miles of new paved roads each year. At this rate, if n is the number of years after 2014, which of the following functions f gives the number of miles of paved road there will be in County X? Assume no paved roads go out of service. I'm just going to read this one.
Yeah.
Do you want to come closer to this?
Want to sit here?
No, not really.
Go closer if you want.
Yeah. So it says in
it's kind of this, yeah, because that's it, which we just used.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, but I don't even know
What we
all
used.
about it.
783 plus 8x, so C.
f of x equals 783 plus 8x.
C. That's right too. Example 3. In 2014, County X has 783 miles of paved roads. Starting in 2015, the county has been building 8 miles of new paved roads each year. At this rate, in which year will County X first have at least 1,000 miles of paved roads? Assume that no paved roads go out of service.
$39. Yeah. Wait, no. 2030. Sorry. 2041.
Yeah, 2041, that's what I got too.
Yeah.
I think it's 2042.
Well, yeah, I guess, because it went over 2041 a bit.
Oh yeah, 2042.
Yeah, because
But you will not get this chance in exam hall.
Yeah.
Somebody will say, I got 2041. Other will say 2042.
Next one. To edit a manuscript, Miguel charges $50 for the first 2 hours and $20 per hour after the first 2 hours. Which of the following expressions which of the following expresses the amount C in dollars Miguel charges if it takes him X hours to edit a manuscript where X is greater than 2?
C equals 50 plus 20x.
Where X is greater than 2. C. Or, yeah, C. Answer is... Which is choice B? That's choice B. Did you say 20x plus 50? Yeah. That's choice C. But why?
Oh, because B, it's saying, just because.
Oh, is it by hour? I think X is hour, in X hours, and it's $20 per hour. Oh, after the first 2 hours.
Yeah, so it should be C.
20.
But C has to also, if it were C, then it would also have to include X has to be greater than 2. It would be.
It doesn't, in all of these are like
In
X has to
C,
be greater
X
than
has
2.
to be greater than 2. But in B, it works either way.
Yeah, but this
You
is
can
asking
include
where.
any number.
It's in all of them where X is greater than 2.
The answer key says B, right?
Yeah, the question
Exactly.
defines. It says in the question that the question defines.
Don't read this. Read this again.
To edit a manuscript, Miguel.
See, I want you to explain like this.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
If you keep on reading this, you will never make your logic.
To edit a manuscript, Miguel charges $50 for the first 2 hours. And $20 per hour after the first 2 hours. Which of the following expresses the amount in C charges if it takes him X hours to edit a manuscript where X is greater than 2? So no matter what, there should be a plus. It's like the minus. Is it like the minus 20? No, never mind.
It has to be B because C, if the answer were C, it would have to include X is greater than 2 as well.
All of them are supposed to include X is greater than 2. They're supposed to. It says so in the question.
The answer key says B. The answer key for this question is correct, according to the book.
But the question. So, I mean, we must be doing something wrong in that case.
Yeah.
It's B.
Yeah.
Did
but
you-
all of them have
Because
to.
because 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 times 20 equals
It's
40.
That's 50 minus
50 minus
40
40
equals
equals
10. Well, why would we do that?
Because the first 2 hours don't count.
Yeah, the first 2
When
hours.
you don't add 20 for the
Oh.
first 2 hours. So minus those first 2 hours. Oh, that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
So
I
it'll be
understand
plus
that.
10, yeah. Because you don't add 20 for the first 2 hours. Wait,
Okay,
Did I
now
do something?
what
I
you do
don't-
is,
I explained it, but I forgot my logic.
what you should do is, to check whether this answer, you don't have all these checks with you, right? You write down, you take your note, it's always greater than 2. Exactly if it is 2 hours, how much you would have paid?
50.
50. Oh, so then you put 2 hours into
So you
it
can
and
check whether your answer is correct. That's how you check your answer, whether your logic is correct.
Because
If it is 3 hours, how much you will pay?
50 plus
70.
20.
Hmm?
70.
$70.
No.
If it's 3 hours.
For first 2 hours, how much he has to pay?
50.
50. For every hour,
20 after that.
So third. Wait, what?
3 hours a piece.
Yeah. 70.
no, every hour how much he is paying?
20. Well, I mean, $20.
Every additional hour, how much is he paying?
20.
20. So which option is this correct?
B. Because
As per B, how much you will be paying if it is 3 hours?
70.
Where?
360
70.
less than 70.
Correct. That's how you derive the logic. If in the other case, how much you will be paying?
It'll
No,
110.
110.
Option A, it will become 60, which cannot be correct. Because additional 10 is only coming. Additional 20 is not coming. Here, additional is becoming more. So all these are wrong. So it's only can be correct. That's how after getting the answer, you check yourself. 2 hours, 4 hours. While practicing, you can do all this. So that you are firm, your logic is correct. Yeah. Next.
Example 5. A builder uses the function g defined by g of x equals 80x plus 10,000 to estimate the cost g of x in dollars to build a one-story home of a planned floor area of x square feet. If the builder estimates that the cost to build a certain one-story home is $106,000, what is the planned floor area in square feet of the home?
Now, do you agree that all this can be plotted onto geometry now?
Yes.
We can draw a line,
Yes.
right? And then here also you can draw a line now. This can be straight away made into a line. You plot this, that will become simple for you now, if you want. X becomes 0, it will become 10,000. X is 0, it is 10,000. X equal to 10, 1, it will become 10,080.
What is X?
It's written X. It's a function given X.
Area
And here
X
X is the square, yeah.
So 12
Square feet.
1,200 square feet. Wait, let me. No, 12,000.
I got 12,000.
12,000.
Or 1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
1,200.
Not 12,000.
1,200.
Yeah.
It's 1,200.
1,200. I was right the first time.
Wait.
How much was it?
You just put in this
For
as
what?
G of,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you
G
put
of
that
X.
equals 80x.
Then I just messed up something else.
Yeah.
So 96.
Just subtract 10,000 and then that would be,
Oh, I did it wrong. Never mind.
Yeah.
I subtracted 100,000 instead. Okay, I see now.
yeah.
Thanks. Systems of linear equations and inequalities in context. You may need to define more than one variable and create more than one equation or inequality to represent a context and answer a question. There are questions on the SAT math test that require you to create and solve a system of equations or create a system of inequalities. Example 6. Maisa bought a pair of pants
What
and
is inequality?
greater than or equal to, less than or equal
Less
to,
than or
greater
equal
than
to,
less.
yeah.
Maisa bought a pair of pants and a briefcase at a department store. The sum of the prices of the pants and the briefcase before sales tax was $130. There was no sales tax on the pants and a 90% sales tax on the briefcase. The total Maisa paid, including the sales tax, was $136.75. What was the price in dollars of the pants?
So
Pants plus briefcase.
6.75 equals 90%. 90%. What is 90% sales tax?
0.9. 0.09.
Points.
I was like 90%.
9%. 9% sales tax.
So B is still plus. Wait, if it's so it's 1.09, right? It's 1.09 times B.
Mm-hmm.
9B. 136.75.
So the equation.
0.09b is equal to. Can we use calculators on these?
I am.
Okay. 6.75. So 6.75 divided by 0.09.
Yeah,
Is that what you're getting?
That's what I was just thinking. I just realized that. 75, so $55. You get 55.
Hello? Fine. Bye. See you.
Oh.
Guys, we have to go.
Who's coming?
My mom.
Okay. How did you come? She dropped you or you came with her?
Cousin.
Oh,
Yeah. My mom dropped us.
so for these you can use calculators
What did you
actually.
get? For some of them you can, for some of
I
them
got
you can't. This one's not
$55.
So I'll teach you
You got
methods to
55?
compute faster. Multiplication table.
75 from
Did you get this?
130. Oh no.
Multiplication
Do
becomes very
675
fast.
divided by. Oh,
Today.
this
Uh,
6.75 divided by 0.0.
Tricks are there.
No.
You did not?
No. All I did was just I just did what was it? 130 times 0.0. I mean divided by 0.09. I think. Wait,
Divided
what did I do? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I did that.
Okay, you did
I
that.
don't know why.
Yeah, I
was
checked
thinking-
with you first before you used the calculator.
Amma. What's the number?
Are you coming with us?
Okay, 5. No.
She
I
stays
have to
too
go.
far actually.
I don't let them touch them.
Now once you finish this much you can tear it off and then throw.
Or just give it to me. And I'll just.
Do you need to borrow the this for today?
No, it's okay.
The
Um,
chart?
Online will be the lot
yeah,
of sample
I can
questions.
just try that.
Who was teaching you?
Huh? Oh, I got a frisbee for space. Someone threw a frisbee at me accidentally, so I lost it.
Your mom?
No, someone. I invited people to my house for an after like when school was out.
Good job.
You can wait. She will come now.
Oh yeah.
She will come. I'll teach you some multiplication. You are using calculator mode.
Okay.
What is 45 square?
The square root of 45 squared or
Not
45 times
45 times 45. Easy, right? Write down. Take your notebook. Whenever I say paper and pen.
410.
First we will learn wherever 5 is ending, multiply by the same number, what will be the square? That's called a square, right? So square of 5, 15,
15. 225.
yeah, 25. Yeah, there is an easy method. You write down all that, then you will know. 5 square is, yeah, 5, put a dash, square is 25. Did you write 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15, 25, 625, 35,
825.
1225,
Oh, by 4.
45,
13.
no, 2025. Now you tell me what is the logic. 1 became 2, 25 is common. 1 became 2, 2 became 6, 3 became, this is 12, 1225.
That's fine. No.
And 4 became 20.
I multiply by 5, I multiply by 4, I multiply by 3.
So what is that you have done?
Each time it multiplies by the number
Next
after
number.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what will be 55?
55 would be
55, right? 55.
Mhm.
So which is the next number to 5?
would be 6. So
6 into 5 is 30. 30, 25. 65. Right? Up to 95. So you must teach them this tomorrow. Okay? Now, you have some other numbers. You want to know Vedic mathematics?
Sure.
Yeah. Earlier in Vedic mathematics, what is done is multiply 2 into 3. Yeah. How do you get 2 into 3? Draw 2 lines like this. And draw 3 lines like this. Count how many nodes are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it.
Okay.
Simple? This is simple. So you write here 2 into 3 is equal to 6. You write here 2 into 3. Here you write 6. Answer is 6. You write 6 like this or 6 like this?
I misread it.
No. Generally, when evaluation, this will go bad. People don't know what number you are writing. So change now your style. And 2 also, I don't know. Here in English, people write like this, but we write like this. Yeah. Now, how do you write? Assume you have a number called 12 into 23.
12 times 23.
12 times 23. 12 times when you write, you will cross like this, right? Don't you do?
Yeah, but like once we study algebra, like it gets
No,
confusing.
but that is only for 3 into x. 2 numbers you cannot write like that.
Okay.
Now, here how do you do? Now 12, 1 and 2 numbers. Right? Draw them separate. And 23, 2 lines here and 3 lines here. Like here we have drawn, no? They are also drawing here. And how many dots are here? 2. So you can write 2. And this plus this dot, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay. 7.
Correct? How many are there?
7.
7. Will it be 7 here?
Yeah.
And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiply this and check. Okay, another method to multiply it. Write 1 into 2. That is 2. Another one, multiply this and this, this and this and add.
This is 6.
3 plus 4, 7.
Oh, you're doing 1 and 3. Oh, sorry.
And then multiply this and this.
So it's 6.
6. See? Simple?
Yeah.
So any number can be multiplied like this. Now you have another question called 23 square, which is not 5 ending, any other number. What do you do is write, no, this can be 23 into 23. Right? So how do you do? Here, the last number we have written first. So 3 square 9. Okay? Now 2 into 3. Here we have multiplied like this, right? Last to this in the middle. So here what will happen? 3 into 2, 2 into 3 again.
So 12.
Yeah, 6, 12, no?
Mm-hmm.
So 12, you cannot write 12 here. So write 2. No,
just-
left side. Balance is 1.
Yeah.
Or 12 when you write, you have written only 2. Balance is 1. So 2 square is
4,
4. 4 into 1. And 4 plus 1?
5.
5. So 520.
So we go first, we do the first and the first number of the second one, right? And then we do the,
So here 4, you cannot write it because there is a balance coming from the previous.
okay, so first we have to
First
go
we have to
from
do
the
3
end.
into 3.
Okay.
9.
So, 3 into
9. You can write 9 there. Okay. Then 2 into 3, 3 into 2. Last one. No.
3. Or just,
Yeah, correct.
yeah.
Mm.
1, 2, 2.
6 plus 6, 12. 12. And then 2 into 2. Last. That is 5. Because here plus 1 will come. Here it will become 12, no?
So, yeah.
So 1 will be added there. So 9, 5.
And then,
Yeah, 9, 2, 5. That's the number which you get. It becomes easy, faster for you.
so it's 529, right?
520. So any number you can multiply like this very fast.
What about for like single digits?
That is simple, no straight away.
Okay.
Here you don't require any help.
Yeah, just.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
And in this case also, don't multiply straight away. Now 13 into 8. How do I multiply? I know 10 into 8 is 80. 3 into 8 is 24. 80 plus 24. Or not 4.
Oh. Okay.
That is easier, no?
My dad tried to teach me like that. I don't really understand.
See, 54 into 20. Right? 54 into 20. Multiply with the 20. So naturally you are going to multiply. Instead of that, 50 into 20 is 1000. You know 50 into 20 is 1000, do you know or not? 20 into 5 is 100. But 50 into 20 will be 1000. So you have multiplied only with the 50. 4 is balance. 4 into 20 is 80. So the answer becomes 1080. 1080.
So we do 50
times 20. Then 4 times 20.
4 times 20.
Split that. Then it becomes easier.
That adds up together.
Then lastly, 12% of 60. You know how to compute a percentage?
So then, should I just do the normal way?
See, you have taken this much time. Actually, 60 into 12 will be 60 into 10, 600. 2 into 60,
120.
120. So 600 plus 120, 720. Become faster, no? Here you are not multiplying, you are using logic. Now 60% 12 percentage of 60. That means 0.12. So 2 decimal. So here it will become 7.2. Right? One method. Other method is 10 percentage of 6 is how much? 60. 6. 1 percentage. You write 10 percentage of 60. You want to find out 60, 12 percentage of, you write here 12 percentage of 60 is the question, right? So 10 percentage of 60 is 6. 1 percentage is
Of 60 is
10 percentage of 60 is 6. So 1 percentage will become 0.6. Right, 1 percentage is 0.6. So 2 percentage will be 2.6, no? 0.6 plus 0.6.
Oh, yeah.
1.2.
1.2, yeah.
So now 12% is 10% plus 2%. 6 plus 1.2.
7.2.
7.2. Simple, no? Because when you write, you'll have to think and write. Here, directly thinking, you will write. That's how the maths become simple, faster for you. Don't use computers for small things. Don't use calculator for small things. Then your brain will not work. It's simple. Maths is very simple. Now assume you want to subtract 100 minus 84.
Yeah.
How much?
16.
16.
Yeah.
How do you do? 100 minus 80.
It'll be 20.
Got it?
Yeah.
That you put. In that from again 4 has to go. Only we have subtracted 80. 84 is what is to be subtracted, right? So you keep thinking like this, logically. That's the best method to.
So if we were like to use that method,
48 into
60.
60. Yeah.
So if we do 40 times, what about if it was like 60?
Yeah, you can do 40 times 60. How much is 40 times 60?
140,000.
24.
2,400.
2,400. Yeah.
And then you would do
480.
8.
8 into 60 is 480.
Yeah.
It becomes easy for you. Add it.
What about if it was 48 times 61?
Yeah. Then add 41 to that. See, 60 into 48 you know. Then 1 times 48.
Well, okay, coming.
First 60 into 48 plus 48.
Okay, because it's 1 times
1 times 48.
Why
What's your name? Spelling?
S-A-N
Mm. Mm.
J
Mm.
A
Mm.
N N A. Oh.
Enjoy learning?
Yeah.
So you make a table and then see how much you know. Next week again you are going to revise the table. Okay?